Hi guys. Today I welcome you again to this channel. I have a similar topic today compared to the last one. We all always aspire for success. Even when there is a lot of failures happening to us, in the middle of that, everyone would at least silently pray in their minds for a answer, a new idea that may change the situation. So all of us are looking for making a big change in our life. However, there are essential laws of nature that's rarely taught in schools that could be a catalyst for a monumental shift in our lives. So in this series we are trying to explore these laws. We are trying to dive into this success and the specific term called a flow state. We often encounter individuals that have impressive qualifications, but they're struggling to do basic tasks, to be with their, to connect with people, to work in a team, etc. This is because something what experts call a paradigm. So today I'm aim to go deep into this topic. Not too deep because it's a very vast topic, but my goal is to give you an overview of this term called paradigm, or some people may have heard the term a paradigm shift. So who needs to learn about paradigms? If you ask me, there is no choice when it comes to this particular word. Everyone needs to learn about this. Anyone above 12 years old should know about this. So many people doesn't recognize this as important. When some folks hear this word paradigm, they feel like we are diving into some complicated subject, like maybe sine theta or cos theta in mathematics, right? And they just want to run away because some people are afraid of math. But hey, if you take a moment to unpack this word, it's going to be like you will uncover a hidden gem within yourself. And if you choose to ignore this, it might be like a blister in your eye. It's always there, something that is always there in this nature, but you don't understand why things are not working out or certain things are not happening the way you want. So actually there is no choice not to learn about this. So for me, when I understood about this, I realized that's not just a game, but it's actually a game changer. When I understand this, I can see that it will impact everyone around me. Maybe when I understand, if I have kids, my kids make them understand. My friends, maybe I can share it with my friends. And everyone around me has the opportunity to do better understanding this topic. So they have an opportunity to do better at whatever they are already good at. We are not trying to make them into something. And remember, the changes doesn't have to be big changes. Actually, you don't need to make big changes in life. It's actually not sustainable. So only small changes is needed. That's why paradigm isn't just an old word. It's not a regular normal word. It's actually a pretty big deal. And it's an important word in the mix. So let me try to explain what is paradigm in very simple words. Imagine this. You draw a shape for your kid and then you're drawing it. You draw it like this and then you said to your kid, it's a triangle. and they believe it because you said so. You said it's a triangle. Later they go to school and the teacher explains that, hey, this one, it's not a triangle, it's a circle. And what would the kid say? The kid would say, no, that's not true. I know it's a triangle. But eventually the kid is going to accept the new information from the teacher. But here is the thing. Many other beliefs kids pick up at home never challenged or corrected. As they grow up, these beliefs stick with them. When they become an adult and they will move to a new city for a better job, maybe a new country even, and these hidden beliefs are ingrained since childhood without their awareness, make it hard for them to live peacefully with different people from diverse backgrounds. How do these things get in? Maybe someone around them, maybe their parents, maybe someone in the society that they live in, say certain things and they get into their beliefs. It doesn't have to be something that is being said to you or to them, not directly. Maybe just someone is talking like that, and that becomes a belief. So this could be something negative about a particular group, and those early beliefs make it tough for them to embrace diversity in their later age. So from home, society, or the neighborhood, these beliefs take root. For instance, thinking that certain kind of people are bad, maybe from a certain country or area. These often get whispered into their ears from people living around them. So, but hearing them can shape their beliefs. So later, when someone moves to a new city for work, especially in today's multinational workspaces, they encounter people from various backgrounds and cultures. But in his belief system, people who look a certain way is bad. So you tell me, will this affect their performance or not? So research indicates that when you are around some people who you doesn't like, there are a lot of changes that happen to you physically and chemically inside your body. It increases your pulse rate. For some, it's fear of dogs or ghosts. We've never seen a ghost. Nobody has ever seen a ghost, right? But there is this guy who became a very successful in his career, and he went to another country and he's actually staying in a five-star hotel. And very amazing hotel. The rooms are provided by the company, but he cannot sleep there alone because he's afraid of ghosts. And this guy, who is a 24-year-old now, was told a story of a ghost by his grandma when he was 3 years old. So this is what is affecting him now after so many years. This actually happened to one of the psychologists. So I read that story. So that's what I'm sharing with you. So there is this person. He looked very strong at his age. He go to the gym and all that, which is good. Nothing bad with that. But if you don't take care of your inside, then all the outside, all the muscles and all is not going to help. Like what happened to this person. So what he's experiencing is usually increase in pulse rate, decrease in performance, etc. This is called your activation of sympathetic nervous system. So all of us know what is nervous system. There are two parts of nervous system. There is sympathetic and parasympathetic. It's like your digestive system, your skeleton system, your muscle system, etc. Okay, it's a must study. It's a very interesting topic to study. Okay, parasympathetic nervous system means it's the part of nervous system that is responsible for more slower, deeper, and sensitive activities in the body, like listening, like cognitive activities, maintaining a equilibrium in the body, a balance in the body. Intuition works when under parasympathetic. So it's easy to remember. Para means slow. So it's like parachute. If you jump from, then you reach the ground slowly. So it's parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. So let's talk a story. So there are these five friends who's walking in a. They are walking in the night in an open road, and they are coming back from a movie. So these five friends went to the movie together. One of these five friends saw a dog around 200 meters away. Okay, 200 meters, quite far. But this friend saw that dog. The others did not see. Why did that happen? So this is where I want to talk about a quotes from the Bible. They say, "If you have eyes, you may see." Okay, you might think, if you have eyes, obviously you're going to see. But this seeing is not as whatever you see with your eyes. So if you go deeper into other spiritual disciplines, there is in Eastern philosophy, there is what they call manasa. Manasa is roughly like mind, but it's more like your subconscious mind. Manasa. So your mind is what is actually seeing. I will give an example, right? If you are someone who's interested in clubbing, going, drinking alcohol, every you like different types of alcohol. If you go to a new city, what are you going to see? Obviously you will see all the clubs in that area, right? So similarly, this friend who is walking in the road, what he saw is that dog. There is so many other things in the road, but that's the only thing that he see. Likewise, maybe you are looking at me now, you are seeing, actually you're seeing many things, the background and all. But if you are willing, ready to listen, maybe you're only seeing my face. This is an important thing that we all have to learn, the difference between listening and hearing. So listening is your mind is listening, you're fully in that, it's kind of a trance state. When you're watching a movie, you're watching Netflix, and your sister passes by, you will say, hey, go quickly, right? That is listening, because you're listening. Now, hearing is maybe you're in a class where you doesn't like, and your body is there, but mind is somewhere else. That is just hearing. Okay, so this friend, why did this happen to him? Now he will start telling his friends, hey, let's not go this way, let's go to the other parallel road. But he doesn't want to say to his friends that he's afraid of dogs. Then once they pass, then he's back to normal. But while the dog is still there, what happens to him? He loses orientation and coordination. What does he lose? Coordination. Maybe the friends are joking, he cannot laugh. His body is tight, his muscles are tight, his neck is tight, body is totally tight. This is because he has a paradigm related to dogs. Maybe that happened when he was a child, there was a dog that attacked him or something. Similarly, some people have paradigms related to ghosts, but they're not afraid of dogs, but they're afraid of ghosts. So, in this situation, what are the other indications that happen in the body? Their blood pressure rises, the heartbeat rises, the pulse rate goes up. The body is pumping blood into muscular system. That's why you get stiffness in the body. The muscles are ready to react. You get pupil dilation. These are the indications. So this is because of that paradigm about dogs, or could be about anything. So similarly, different types of paradigms about a lot of different things. There are paradigms related to fear, there are paradigms related to different belief systems, limitation paradigms, and many more. Okay, we cannot discuss all of them here. Sometimes by listening to people talk, so if you're talking to a person, you can figure out, you can get a glimpse of their belief system and what type of paradigms they usually have. This is what we call a therapeutic listening. So, for instance, someone mentions a headache. Oh, I always have a headache. So, someone who knows to listen therapeutically is thinking, what is the reason behind? And you can find out that this person has a lot of stress stemming from a particular thing in their life. So, it's usually related with a thought process. So, changing or eliminating that process can prevent the activation of the sympathetic nervous system that we just talked about, or is called SNS in short. So, like I said, what does this system doing? The system is actually redirecting blood flow to muscles and head while shutting down other systems, like your immune system is shut down, your digestion system, your cognition, and even your sexual functions. This shutdown results in tightened muscles and altered breathing, preparing your body to flee, which commonly known as a fight or flight response. If neither of the options are available, the person will go into a state called freeze. That's why some people in this, when they go to speak in the stage, they this is happening. The SNS is activated, the muscles are tight, the neck is tight, and then you ask him, "What's the name of your father?" He cannot answer because cognition is shut down. He want to run away from the stage, right? But he can't because So this is when the freeze thing happens. Cannot say anything. He doesn't know what to say. Some people go to the extreme where they lose their consciousness and fall down, right? This is the freeze state. So, this is because they don't know how to react in that situation. So, similarly, consider someone who faced with suppression, irritation, or embarrassment from a superior at work and couldn't respond at that particular time. Then, some people get stuck in a freeze state continuously for the rest of their life, or until someone will help to figure this out, how this is how it is happening, and they understand, oh, this is because of something that happened before. So take this colleague. Something happened to him from at work, and he went to that free state. People might label him as, oh, he's useless, without understanding the underlying cause. But in reality, at a specific moment, they have experienced something they could not share. They couldn't do anything, they didn't know what to do about it. It could be maybe a form of abuse or intense fear. This happens with people who goes through sexual abuse. So unable to escape the situation, they freeze, and that becomes their natural reaction. So in at work, you will, this person that we're talking about, maybe you tell him, hey, go and sit there, you say angry, but he would just walk away, but he's not fully functional at that stage. So unable to escape the situation, they freeze, and that becomes their natural reaction. So this brings us to the concept of a paradigm shift. So having these kinds of paradigms can never make an individual become a high performance individual or a leader. Every child has a potential to become a leader in a chosen field. Everyone has this. Actually, there's a study that done on this. So, as parents, I want all of you to ask this question very seriously. You don't have to answer to me. So the question is, do you want your child to just have a secure job, or do you aspire them to become a leader? It's an essential question that every parent should ponder upon. Anyone, actually, anyone can get a job. But have you heard of someone called Sundar Pichai or Satya Nadella? Both of them are from India, a third world country, and both from middle class homes across various industries. There are many, many like them. So, in every field, there is someone who stands out as a leader. Studying and learning from such stories can take you a long way. There are plenty of people who teach this principle that we are talking here today about paradigms. Some people call them personality development, etc. And just to clarify that I am not an expert in this field, I'm just sharing you something that I learned who I thought it might be helpful for others. No? So when you learn something that is helpful for you, don't keep it yourself. When you get a good food, do you only keep to yourself? You won't, right? You will give to your wife, your kids, your friends, right? So same like this also, there are a lot of people who really want to understand this because they don't know why their life is going in a certain way. So if you find it helpful, make sure you share this with someone. So there are some parents pushing their kids into specific careers. Mm. This is like you use bulldozer, and then you use, it's very strong. Now you can move big things. Huh? But you use it to, what happens if you use it to comb your hair? Bulldozer, right? It just doesn't fit. So many parents fall into this trap. You can see this especially in sometimes in Indian families. So they see, if you've seen some Indian movies like um, Three Idiots, right? You can see this. They might say that the neighbor's child become a doctor, so you should become a doctor too. Even if the child doesn't like it, they go with that option. Sometimes if they don't like, they will start threatening the child about this is, you should follow what they want you to follow. As parents, you should realize, if you do this, later that child is going to become a liability to you later, because he won't be able to do well in his chosen career. So he will become a liability or a lifelong burden for themselves. No, it's not good. Instead, it's crucial to understand the child's preferences. As parents, you must be able to develop this one skill to understand what is your child is good at, and then you nurture that part of him rather than forcing him into unsuitable paths, right? By doing that, you're putting wrong paradigms into his conscious. Now he will do that to his child, and then his child will do that to his child, and what you just did become a generational problem. The whole generation has got the same problem. So instead, you must be, as parents, someone who put good paradigms into your kid, no, and it will be fruitful. He will be fruitful to you. He will be fruitful to uh, your family, your society, your country, and the world. So now it comes the question of social media today. No, a lot of parents, even us, we all sometimes have this. How can I avoid getting into this swiping thing and not able to stop checking this? Especially the introduction of the reels. This has become a serious problem for a lot of, and a lot of parents has this worry that how will I affect. A lot of people even decide not to have kids because they don't know how to manage this problem. So let's understand that. Let's touch that topic just a little bit. So before, many years ago, parents had comparatively more influence on the kids than today because they used to just be surrounded by the parents, maybe teachers, and that is it. Parents' influence has actually decreased with the introduction of social media, internet, while the internet's impact has increased on the child. So I'm not saying that it's a good or bad. Nothing is inherently good or bad. Okay, it's how you use them is the important thing. In the past, also the people were always influenced by different things, right? For example, if you ask your dad, probably will say he liked to cut his hair like a celebrity at that time, maybe a rock star. If in India, they would say some a famous celebrity like Amitabh Bachchan hairstyle. In the 80s, girls used to like to cut like Princess Diana. She was a celebrity at that time. There was actually a cut during that time for girls, which was called Diana cut. So this happens in all times in history. However, now what we need to recognize is whoever your kids follow online, they will absorb their attitudes and behaviors. So it's essential for as parents to adapt to this situation. This is world is always changing around you. So the same parental approach that we used to use before will not work at this time. So social media we cannot avoid. It's there. It's a thing, right? And it's not good to avoid anything. They all of them has a lot of opportunity. So what can we adapt? The parents can adapt. Instead of just raising your voice or giving orders, it's crucial to learn to communicate and to engage with them. There is this story about forbidden fruit. No, it's from the Bible, but a lot of us make this forbidden fruit in our own homes. If you tell a kid not to climb a tree, until that time they have never thought of actually climbing that tree. That tree was just there all the time. But just because mom said so, the moment the mother step out, they want to climb the forbidden because it's forbidden. Now it's the nature of the human mind. If I tell you don't think of pink elephant, what are you thinking? Yeah, there, right? Thinking of a pink elephant. So avoid making everything forbidden fruit by solely giving orders without listening or understanding their perspective. So even us, when we see them certain things on the social media, even we cannot take our eyes off. So what do you think about those kids who's very open to these things? You try to understand their perspective, engage with them, ask about their favorite influences, for example. You by showing interest you create a bond, you create a relationship. Ask them, who's your favorite influencer in Instagram? Oh, look, this is mine, see? And then the kid will say, mom, that's really boring. Look at this one. Oh, he knows much more than you. Obviously he's younger, he's open to a lot of information. That's how you build a connection. You learn to build a relationship with the child. Then who you think at the end of the day he's going to listen? Someone who's his pictures that he's seeing, or the mom who's always communicating to him? So this kind of interactions is what establish positive paradigms in their subconscious. How to deal with the person, how to talk to a person, etc. And around 90% of all the results in your life is a result of what is in your subconscious mind. So basically, which comes under this same topic, which are a paradigm. So when you approach like this, with creating a relationship with your child, it lessens the impact of the outside influences on the child, because the child is happy, he can go up to his mother, his father, and also you don't have to avoid anything. Nothing, like I said earlier, nothing is inherently bad. Okay, so you don't have to eliminate these influences entirely. They can help in the right amount for their growth. Okay, so this is what we need to learn. There are numerous resources available in this topic that we are talking about today. You can learn about this, no? uh, you can gradually, by learning this, you can gradually bring about changes. Every small change is what matters, not big changes. People think that you have to change in one night. No, it's not possible. There are many people who teaches this, who talks about this. My personal favorite is Manipal, of course, Dr. Manipal. Is from Kerala. Is a motivational speaker. What are the things we can change by learning about paradigm and paradigm shift? So there are certain mental conditions like ADHD, for example, that requires treatments. Attention deficit disorder, they cannot focus. If you are having a conversation, they cannot actually focus. They will keep looking here and there. That's it's There are some kind of treatments for that. Other than things like that, almost a wide variety of things you can change by understanding paradigm and how to change your paradigm within yourself, like fears of, like we said earlier, all kinds of fears we can actually change. And keep in mind, perfection is not what we are looking for. Perfection is not necessary in life. Actually, in this physical world, there is no thing called perfection. What matters is shifting from negative to positive mindsets, from fear to courage. If you have maybe a prejudice about a certain people with a certain color of skin, hairstyle, whatever regions coming from, or a certain country, it's going to affect your opportunity, your life, your peace of mind, etc. So like I said, when you don't like a person, what's happening inside in your nervous system is you are the one actually suffering. You are the one who cannot think. There's a famous saying about anger. Anger is the punishment that you give to yourself for someone doing bad to you. So it's crucial to address these kind of belief systems if you want to go forward in life. If not, you're like you're driving a Ferrari but your parking brake is always on. You cannot excel, right? You cannot be leaders, you cannot be high performance individuals. So if you have grand dreams for your kids, maybe some people has this dream for their kids to become study really well, and they will go to another country for work, and they will work in a big multinational company, right? These kind of dreams might not materialize if their worldview has its limiting perspectives. They will just remain local in your, they cannot go outside of, because they will be unable to form friendships or connections with people from diverse backgrounds. There is a story that Dr. Manipal shared in his speech. It's about a kid from India who went to London, and his parents were asking him for help, and they said that he went there and he cannot make friends. That's his problem. So this child was first rank in all the subjects here when he was in India. So all the education in the world becomes meaningless if you are unable, if you don't have the ability to connect and deal and coexist with other people. So you may have big cars, right? You may have big buildings, But to open that car, $1 million car, you need a small key. Same goes with the $1 million house. Small key. That's why knowledge like this is called key to success. It's small thing that makes a big difference. Okay. Some motivational speakers like to call it the winning edge. So the real key to success isn't in big cars or houses. It's in the small things. Your winning edge lies in understanding how to connect with other people. Not knowing how to smile. Some people doesn't know how to smile to another person. This can become a significant barrier in your career advancements and opportunities that you will come across. Actually, in personality development, there are training how to stand, how to look at person, how do you shake hand to another person, etc. So we will be discussing this kind of topics in the upcoming videos. So stay tuned for them. This is a series of videos that I am making here. But this video was an overview on how you can change your paradigm. Okay, so at least now you are aware there are certain things inside you that you are not aware of. These are called behavior. Behavior is something that you do without your own knowledge, that you're not knowing. I mean, it could be some the way you standing, the way you looking at someone, etc. So that was the purpose of this video. And also we talked about how your current belief can disrupt your own ability to laugh or enjoy your life. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye bye.